Hi, my name is Alison and I am Healing Dove Tarot. Here today to do a reading for the Aries new moon for the sign of Cancer. So this is a reading for Cancer sun, moon and rising signs. Now Cancer, this new moon, the Aries new moon that falls on April 16th and runs until May 15th, 2018, it is quite a potent new moon. It's the perfect time to manifest. New moons have great energy. It's all about starting anew, whether that be wanting a new job or career to draw into your life, a new romance, a child, a further commitment of a romance, anything in the material aspect or realm. This is the perfect time to try and draw that towards you. If you have a spiritual practice, I recommend sitting down and meditating before the beginning of the new moon, taking out a blank piece of paper and literally writing down all that you desire. Once you're done writing down what you'd like to manifest, it's important to either rip it up and throw it in the bin or burn it. And the reason why we do this is so that we detach from our ego selves and trying to control the outcome and surrendering into the universe and trusting that the universe will bring it to us in divine right order and divine right time. If you're interested in knowing more about manifestation, I will put a link below in the description bar. Other than that, let's get started with your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me, what does Cancer need to know during the Aries new moon from April 16th to May 15th, 2018. Please show me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. Woohoo, Cancer! Okay, Cancer, so at the bottom of the deck we do have the card of the Hermit. So the Hermit is representative of the earth sign of Virgo, and it talks about coming out of a period of introspection. It can pertain to any aspect of your life, but for me it's all about doing some inner work, some health work, some self-help work. And it could mean that you have actually taken time leading up to this new moon to go within, to sit down to really think about what it is you're trying to manifest and what your heart and soul desires. And the reason why I say that is because it's coupled with this beautiful energy of the star. So you are beginning this Aries new moon on the 16th of April. For those that are in Australia and watching my videos, I believe it's at 11:57 a.m. That's for the East Coast, on Monday the 16th. And it is talking about, the star represents for me a healing energy. So it's showing me that you've been doing a lot of inner work. You're kind of coming out of your shell now, shining brightly, stepping into your light. You are divinely guided. So a lot of you have quite a strong intuition at the moment. It could be that you are literally having very clear dreams or premonitions, maybe even seeing some sparks of light. They are messages from the divine. Try and key into them if you can. If that feels a little bit awkward for you, and I understand that, keep a diary, a dream journal, and write down what comes to you, because sometimes you'll see a pattern that emerges. When we rest and when we sleep, it's the moment or the time that divine messages come through, uploads come through, downloads come through about what we need to know to help us on our path. And for you, these two very spiritual cards to be coupled together, the Hermit and the Star, and shows me that at the moment your intuition is strong and you're coming out of this phase of solitude, of reflection, and coming into shining brightly as the star and a healing energy. Now, it is crossed by the Daughter of Swords, or the Page of Swords in this deck, and at your foundation you have the Emperor. So it's almost as if you've come out of this introspective state and you now have clarity, and that could be clarity on a relationship. I see very strongly there's a very strong message for a relationship here, or it could be on clarity about your home and family life in general. I'm very much getting for Cancer here at the moment, the focus is for you either on your family or a relationship. I'm not getting a lot around career and career and work. However, this is a general reading, so it could be more of your rising sign that pertains, and I am just the messenger. I read the cards as I see them. But for a lot of Cancers, this period is all about love or family. There could be an Aries male that's quite important to you. This is what's in your foundation, and the Emperor represents that of Aries. It could also just be a further confirmation of you aligning to this energy of this new moon. The new moon in Aries is always symbolic of the astrological new year. So it's the beginning of a new. It's technically, in the spiritual world, the actual new year, not December 31st like we celebrate. This is the new year coming up. So it's a perfect time to kind of reflect upon where you've been for the past 3 months. Reflect upon where you're going, and really get the clarity that you need to move forward. Now, in your deep past and crowning you, I have the energy of the Seven of Cups coupled with the Ten of Swords. So I see the Seven of Cups when it's coupled with the Ten of Swords like this as being this kind of dreamy energy. It's kind of like having a lot of choices, whether that be actual romantic choices. It can represent having a lot of choices or suitors, or whether it can be being in this kind of state of wishing and wanting for something more concrete, something a bit more solid in terms of the emotions. That could be a further commitment from a partner, or it could be about actually wanting a partner, or it could be about wanting children even. I'm very much getting the potential of children here too. But coupled with the Ten of Swords, it's showing me it's like this kind of thought pattern. It's not really serving you. It's about what I was talking about before, about being an ego thought pattern, and it's your ego driving it, not your lovely intuition from spirit. So if you have been wanting and hanging on to the outcome, or living in this dreamy state, then the message here for you quite clearly is to let go of control, surrender to the divine, and the divine bringing you the message, because it will come for you and it is coming for you. And I can say that with confidence and certainty because your next couple cards, and this is going into the beginning of May, so this will be May 1st, the first week of May. We have the Two of Cups coupled with the Ace of Wands. Woohoo! Two of Cups talks about soulmate, karmic partners. It can be twin flames. It also talks about a very passionate connection coupled with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is my card, my phallic card. It can symbolize pregnancy. So if that's not something that you're looking for, please be careful around the first week of May. Take your necessary precautions, because if you're not already coupled in a relationship, there is one coming in for you, and it is a deep relationship, and there is the potential for pregnancy here. The other word of advice is that once you get out of your head and out of this dreamy state from the past, and you move into more acceptance of this beautiful energy that's coming in at the start, this healing energy, it's showing me a resurrection in an old relationship. It's like you're bringing the passion back. For some of you, it may be that you haven't been intimate for quite some time, and now all of a sudden, both yourself and your partner, you can't keep your hands off each other. Bit of hot, sexy energy. If you could see my face right now, I think I'm blushing, but that is the message that is clearly coming through for you, Cancer. And I think this was similar to your love reading from memory. I can never remember exactly what comes through because I channel so many of the messages, but it's very symbolic, I think, of your love reading that came through that I did for you last week. How others are seeing you and your hopes and fears. So others in your surroundings are seeing you as the daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. In this deck, it's illustrated as a deer. The deer is very patient, very loving, very kind, stable. The deer, it's a pentacle card, so you have stability in your emotions. Even though there is this hot romance going on, you are seen as to be kind and very elegant, very grounded. And that's no surprise for me when you have the energy of the star that you're starting off the month with. And you can almost see it's I couldn't describe it any better even if I tried, but it's like the rainbow, the light of the divine is here crowning you, guiding you with your decisions. As soon as you get out of that mental energy, it's showing you just to trust your intuition, trust your gut, go with what you know is to be there, be positive and be happy. And it's like you're crowned with this light. Some of you could also be really having a spiritual awakening at the moment. Mercury has just ended on the 15th and is finally going direct. And for a lot of you, I think the Hermit is representative from a spiritual aspect of that time, a period of slowing down, of reflection, of mulling over things. And now you're kind of having like an awakening almost. It could be as though you get the clarity about all of this spiritual stuff that's been happening to you, and you're now stepping into your own and stepping into your true self, which is just absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous energy. One word of caution though, it is coupled with the Five of Cups. Now, I mentioned before in your past, you have the Seven of Cups coupled with the Ten of Swords. So it's like you have this dreamy energy, you're in your head, you're fearing the worst. And I see it popping up again for you here in your hopes and fears. Cancer, it's really important for you to stay out of your head. Stop stressing over the things that haven't happened yet. Stop worrying about all the things that could go wrong. There's a million different scenarios and how this could pertain to, but you'll know what it means for yourself. The longer that you stay in your head and you continue to stress about things that haven't even happened yet, overthink or look at things from a negative angle, the more that you will attract that kind of energy. And I can't say this enough, and I say this to all my friends and family and to all my client meetings, that like attracts like, thoughts become things. If you put out there this concern or this worry, you're in your head about potentially something not working or a relationship not coming to the forefront, or someone cheating on you or leaving you or whatever, then you're going to attract that and put pressure on your partner. And what that will do is actually push them away. It's just a word of warning. This is not something that's actually going to happen. It's in your hopes and fears. So you're fearing the worst. Just if you notice those thoughts cropping up, catch yourself and be like, you have nothing to worry about. Know that your partner is committed to you, is passionate about you, is wanting to continue this gorgeous bond that you have. And if it does relate to a non-sexual romance or a non-intimate romance, like a friendship or a family member, just know that there's commitment and love there. It's not something that you need to question or have fears or concern about, because I don't see any of those cards of deception or deceit or anything like that in this spread, okay? So it's a really important message for you there, Cancer. And finally, you're leaving this new moon energy, going into the Taurus new moon, throwing the cards everywhere, with death. Now, a lot of people, when they see death come up in the tarot, they freak out a little bit. They think, oh, it literally means the literal term in terms of death, but it doesn't. For me, it's all about the phoenix rising from the ashes. For those of you who are going through a spiritual journey, I don't know if you can see this right here, it shows me clearly about your ascension process. It's absolutely gorgeous. You go from the Hermit to the wisdom of the star to transforming yourself. It's like an emergence of the 3D and the 5D coming together. Really beautiful transition, and they're literally stacked up one after the other. So there's a lot going on for you energetically, Cancer, during the month of mid-April to mid-May. Try and stay grounded, drink a lot of water, make sure you get a lot of sleep whilst this is happening, because you will be getting downloads, you will be getting new information coming to you. You will suddenly start wanting to think and look into different things spiritually that you haven't before. Remember what I said about keeping a dream journal or a journal of somewhere of your thoughts. You might be seeing flashing lights, premonitions, a whole range of different things coming up. For those that hold that belief, and don't, this isn't pertaining to something spiritual for you. It is about transforming yourself physically as well as mentally. As I said, leaving that mental energy behind and stepping into this more confident, grounded, centered energy, trusting in yourself, being confident again. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous reading, Cancer. It's nice to see that you're getting out of your head eventually. And I'm really happy for you that you have this gorgeous union and, passion. Who doesn't want some crazy hot sex? So good on you. Now, that was your reading. I will draw for you an additional guidance card to see if there's any more messages for you. I don't feel like I need any further clarification, but let's see if Spirit has anything else for you. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me what are the additional messages for the sign of Cancer during this Aries new moon. Please show me, what does Cancer need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Please show me. There it is. Okay, let's have a look. You have forgiving. This is card number 28 in this deck, and it is a card of the heart chakra. It is beautiful in its energy. It's showing a woman that's really coming into her own. And I don't know if it's clear on the screen. I hope it is, but look at the stars in the sky with the stars on this card. It's almost like you're accepting your divinity, you're accepting your new spirituality, your newfound spirituality, you're accepting this new love in your life, you're feeling like you're amongst the stars, you're confident. Absolutely gorgeous energy, and it's all about forgiving self and forgiving others, accepting your choices, accepting the love that people are offering you. I am going to read for you from the book, because the message for this card is just perfect for the reading that I've given you. And it says, and please listen to this message, okay? It says, forgiveness will set you free. Holding on to past hurts and regrets is like poison that runs through your veins. It keeps you stuck in the past and unable to move on to better things, often taking up a huge amount of energy, preoccupying thoughts and lives. Now, what was I saying before about being in your head, overthinking, really needing to let that go, Cancer? Forgiveness of others who have done you wrong does not mean that you condone their behavior. It simply means that you no longer allow it to cause you harm. People often confuse letting go with pardon, and they are two very different things. Forgiveness of self also plays a huge role in your happiness and the ability to move forward. Breathe in the aroma of self-love and acceptance, and breathe out the need to hold on to emotions that do not serve you. You're ready to set yourself free and to make space in your thoughts and your heart for all of the beauty, love, and joy that you deserve. Wow. That's just gorgeous. And there is a lovely mantra that goes with this. It says, I choose forgiveness in order to set myself free. That is your reading, Cancer. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back next week to do your health, wealth, and destiny readings. Thank you.